Let's talk about some more clowns, man. Have you heard the situation with Colin Kaepernick being sponsored by Nike?
Yes, I have.
So, there's some clowns that are not feeling that. Let's talk about that. First off, it's a dead horse. We know the situation Colin Kaepernick. He's taking a knee because of the injustice of America, and it was actually suggested by a vet. A vet told him to do that because you're kneeling for the fallen, and that was where he got the idea. Because originally he was sitting down, and he said, no, you should kneel respectfully for people that have fell to the justice system. So that's why he does it. And people just still don't understand it.
Like that's like a huge thing in like all sports.
Yeah.
Like I played sports growing up, and like anytime someone gets hurt, that's immediately what everybody does, and you don't get up until they're gone.
It's been like 2 years, and people still don't get it. You can only explain it so many times.
Yeah.
But we're moving past that. If you're not going to get it by now, you're just not.
It's like with everything else. You'll explain and people will listen, people won't listen. It is what it is.
Absolutely. So, moving on. He doesn't even play football anymore, actually. He's controversial to hire, I guess.
Yep.
But Nike has sponsored him. And I forgot what the quote was that had his picture, and it said
I forgot what the quote is, but it's something like
stand up for something even if you lose
your career. Lose everything.
Lose everything.
Yeah.
I like that quote, by the way. It's a pretty good quote. What are your thoughts on this before we talk about the backlash
of him
of Nike sponsoring them? Do you think that was a good move on their part?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's dope.
Why not? Yeah.
I mean, what do they have to lose?
Yeah.
They're Nike. They're one of the biggest companies in the world.
Oh, you're not going to buy us? Yes, you will. Like literally right afterwards. Yes,
like it's not gonna last long. Yeah. Like all this is going on. Like
we're Nike.
Bill DeFranco made this good point. Like a lot of people, when they say they protest something, their stock might go down 2 or 3 points. It literally goes up the next week because people are not. They don't have that same energy.
People aren't committed to that.
They're not.
People want to wear a name brand. People want that.
You can't hide behind Nike.
Do you want to be cool? Then you're gonna want Nike.
Yeah,
it just is what it is.
Just do
I'm wearing
it.
Jordans. Guess who fucking owns?
It's pretty much Nike. Yeah, exactly. So what do you feel about these certified clowns that have purchased Nikes and are burning them and cutting them up?
They waste money.
I'm sure Nike's like, yeah, keep it up. Yeah.
I love what you posted on our page where it's like, oh, why don't you actually give that to the homeless vets? If you really want to do a cause, instead of fucking breaking your damn stupid Nike thing. You're stupid. Listen, hey, you're stupid.
Think about how many people have probably like actually gone out and purchased that just for the purpose of being able to actually mess it up.
Okay, those people.
That's
are
even more money that they just brought.
Dumb.
That they just racked in.
You know they're out there though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a ton more, like a bunch of money that they just got.
Crazy,
like,
man. Yeah, Nike doesn't care.
No.
Listen, you dumb rednecks. All right, just don't let the news dictate your public opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give a shit about really.
You really don't.
You know what you give a shit about is making sure your bills are paid, your kids are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
All right, not saying you shouldn't comment about this, but you're taking this way too fucking drastic. If you're fucking breaking some Nikes.
I don't understand like why
do something
it even like
for your kids. How about that?
Why does it even like affect them? Like
it doesn't.
He's not even playing ball like to make money and stuff anymore.
They're protesting the protester. That is the least cool thing ever.
You know what this is? This is the opposite of the liberal outrage where I'm so offended, so I'm gonna make a scene out of myself. This is that version. This is the conservative version. This is the oh my god, I'm so angry. I'm gonna break my Nikes.
I'll never wear Nikes ever again.
Both of
never.
Y'all. Both of y'all.
Lies.
Stupid. Both of y'all are just
certified
stupid.
clowns.
Just dumb.
It's so stupid, man.
I just don't like you. What was that? Was that with the dude from the Bohemian Grove? No, I disrespect
you for that.
I disrespect you for that, sir.
No, but seriously though, like I don't know. And we could talk about the situation so many times, but people are it's one ear out the other. So if you don't care, what are you doing for the vets then? If you care so much about them, then They're not doing a damn thing for the vet. And there's some vets.
Like, there's so many other things you could be complaining about. You could be complaining about the fact that the VA doesn't have funding. You could be complaining about all of these different things.
And let me tell you something. I work for the United States Air Force. I'm not in the Air Force, but I work for them. My mom works for the VA. She tells me the VA has lack of funding. The VA has problems with that. And you're mad at Colin Kaepernick.
Or
It's not affecting it at
It
all.
doesn't do it.
Or how about this? If you want to talk about the real shit, stop talking about this damn anthem. Talk about the fucking drone that just killed fucking, what was it, 35 innocent children in a school bus in Syria?
Wow, I didn't
I
know
did not
about
hear
that.
about
You
that.
know why? Because this is being overshadowed.
This is being overshadowed. Guess
Absolutely.
you know who did put it out? For the people who say fake news all the time, guess who did it? It was CNN, and it wasn't fake news that time. It was someone actually doing their goddamn job.
Wow.
And they're not getting the fucking time of day compared to this stupid shit. Mm-hmm. This is stupid. This is a fucking song. This is a fucking. You don't. Okay, you're mad. Cool. Just be mad.
Just be mad.
Where was this?
The one with the bombing.
You said Syria,
Yeah,
right?
Syria.
Okay. Yeah, you know, I don't like the national anthem. I'm still standing, you know, but I could care less. I could care less. I never liked it. I'll stand. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
But I understand he's bringing awareness. And I understand you definitely got people's attention because this is where people are brainwashed zombies in this. And when people are not conforming to everything that they're doing, that everybody else is doing, they're like questioning, like, oh, this isn't fit. I have to hate this. No, why don't you just listen to his issue?
Yeah.
Why don't you look into the prison justice system to realize it's not fair?
Yeah,
No,
and
go ahead.
sorry. What really gets me is like people complain about the fact that like he's kneeling, but he's sitting there like being completely silent. Like he's still being completely respectful to
Like a guy named
all
Martin
of that
Luther
other
King Jr. that was very nonviolent.
yeah,
That
and
people
like
still beat up.
he's still being like respectful to everything
Yeah.
that's going on. He's just like changing it up, making a point.
Just
and
awareness.
like they're like especially like at football games, baseball games, all that stuff. Imagine how many people you've got. Thousands and thousands of people filled in those seats.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot of talking going on.
Of course.
There's going to be a lot of walking around, a lot of people out at the concession stands, a lot of people doing a lot of other things besides just standing there with their hand over their heart. That is and I like me and you both grew up like grew up in like a military household.
Yeah.
You know that like you're supposed to stand there silent with your hand over your heart, like all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
you're not supposed to move, you're not supposed to talk. But they don't have anything to say about all of these other people that aren't doing any of those things that they're supposed to do.
Well,
so
how many of you think stand up when they're at their house watching TV
never.
when the national anthem comes out? None of them.
I've
And like you say
never
all the
done
time,
that.
how many of you think have that song on their iPod? It's like, oh shit, this is my shit. Stand. While you're in your car, I have to pull over because this song is
Yeah,
on.
Tosh said that first.
Yes,
I just
okay,
took it
yeah.
for him. I'll take the credit.
No, he
Wasn't me.
did. He did. Sue him.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. Look, this is all just praying to an entity in a sense.
Yeah.
We're told as a kid to pledge to the flag.
It's a false god. These conservative Christians want to put this flag on a pedestal.
Yeah.
It's kind of a false god that
And
you're
that
making.
doesn't mean that, first off, that does not mean that you don't respect the soldiers. That does
Definitely
not mean,
does not.
Yeah, that does not mean that you don't have a certain pride for America.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if this is overall what you're frustrated about our country and what's happening, then man, you have a fucked up way of thinking. Because there's so many worse situations we need to be talking about. Flint doesn't have fucking water still.
Flint doesn't have water.
Come on, like there's so much shit we can talk about.
Absolutely.
Not y'all letting the media control you like puppets.
Mm-hmm. It's whatever your team is saying you have to root for. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And I'll take what you just said about America. Like, this doesn't mean you disrespect soldiers. Obviously, I love what they're doing. They're doing a brave thing that I do not have the courage to do, and I respect anyone that goes out there and puts their life on the line. Definitely respect. But are these people that are not being treated fairly in the justice system, regardless of race? People want to bring race up. This is just a class thing that people that can't afford lawyers, or there's racist cops that are not being called out in their precinct because they got each other's back. Are these not Americans that are not being treated fairly? Are we not all America? That's my point too. Like, why don't you care about these Americans?
Yeah.
Right.
Soldiers are not the only Americans in the country. Don't take that as a diss.
Or hell, look at Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Puerto
I
Rico
was
is
just
part of
thinking that.
America, yes.
Absolutely.
But the thing that, like, when Trump went down over there and said, like, oh, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. How many people died in Hurricane Katrina? Hundreds. Okay. Yeah, they just came out with since the fucking hurricane, 3,000 Puerto Ricans have died. Or it might be more than that, but it's in the thousands.
Just have that same
That's
energy.
way worse than Katrina.
Absolutely.
You're not, you know what I mean? This is just, stupid.
Have that same energy with every American, whether they're a doctor, lawyer, police officer, someone that works at McDonald's, our freaking sisters and brothers in Puerto Rico, everything that has something attached to America. Please give it the same energy.
Whatever race, sexual orientation,
All
the
that.
works. Just here's the America I think most people want. Hey, are you bothering me? No, then you can keep your freedom. Like listen, hey, this is my opinion. Hey, if you want to shoot your guns, as long as it's not like some crazy guns and we're seeing a pattern, go ahead and shoot your guns. If you want to smoke pot, go ahead and smoke your pot. Hey, you want to believe in this? Go ahead and believe in this.
Yes.
Just don't force it and take people's liberties away is my thing.